Today, March 31st, 2025, marks a significant milestone in the history of Zambia's currency. The Bank of Zambia is issuing a new currency family, which consists of 6 banknotes, 500 kwacha, 200 kwacha, 100 kwacha, 50 kwacha, and 20 kwacha, and 10 kwacha. And to the family of coins, we have also 6, 2 of which were coins, notes, have now been migrated to coins. That's the 5 kwacha, 2 kwacha, 1 kwacha, 50 ngwe, 10 ngwe, and 5 ngwe. In doing this that we are doing today, this is an ordinary event in our life as a central bank, but it is well-founded under the law. Prior to 2016, when the new constitution came about, the issuance of currency was guided by the Bank of Zambia Act. But in 2016, the people of Zambia decided that this function is too important and therefore must be spelled out in the constitution. So Article 213, 2A of the constitution spells out as one of the key functions of the bank, issuance of currency. This is also taken up in Section 17(1) of the new Bank of Zambia Act 2022. So we are saying this because I think there have been issues being raised about people say, where are you coming from? This is what it is. The law provides for this, so does the Constitution, which is the supreme law of our land. Now, why are we changing the notes and coins at this stage? There are basic principles that we follow in deciding when it's time to make the change. It's really looking at what value these notes and coins represent. There are 4 main categories. 1 is high value, 2 is medium value, 3 is low value, and 4 coins. Now, these represent use cases. When we are talking of high value, we are talking of those denominations of our currency which serve as a store of value. This is the principle everywhere globally they follow. Now, at the time when we issued the 100 kwacha and the 50 kwacha, they were at the time the higher value notes, and they performed the function of store of value. But with the time and with the movements in inflation, we have seen that that role is being eroded. So we felt that it was time to make the change. We should have done that earlier, but logistics and other considerations stood in the way. But in 2021, in July, at a special board meeting, it was decided that time to make the move was then. But it has taken us this long to come out with the notes. I must say that we are grateful that there was no leakage of this information, because usually when you are doing this, there is a keen eye. There are people who are really looking around to see what is going on. They know what is going on, but this time around, we are grateful that that secret was well kept until, in fact, when the first consignment of the currency came in, that's when people saw trucks and then they said, oh, something is going on here. So the basic point I'm making is that the currency had to be changed because the use values had changed with respect to the coin notes that we had. Furthermore, the fact is that technology is changing, so we can't be left behind, and therefore we have to come up with a modern design which suits the current environment. And in recognizing that technology is changing, so are counterfeiters. They are quite busy. One of the most counterfeited notes they go for is the high-value note. So if we were just to print more of the 100 Kwacha notes, the security features were no longer good enough to deter counterfeiters. So that's how come we had to introduce the higher value notes and also embed in those notes new security features. So the introduction of the higher value banknotes also serve a particular role of convenience in the day-to-day transactions. I'm sure you agree with me that what has been happening is that a lot of time is spent by people queuing up just to exchange money to do their transactions. That's very inefficient. We need to be more efficient. We want to spend time doing more productive things. So by introducing this family of currency, we hope that we are going to bring about transactions efficiency. Then we had to also look, like I indicated, the relationship between coins and the banknotes. We noted that the 5 Kwacha note and the 2 Kwacha note, once we issue it, when it comes back, it's just for destruction. It's no longer reusable. So we felt it was prudent to convert this into coins. We hear people say, no, that there would be too many coins. No, we think that it will serve a good purpose because with the 5 Kwacha and 2 Kwacha, it will go a long way and they are long lasting. Then with the 20 Kwacha and 10 Kwacha, we also looked at what goes on in our country, the way we handle money, which is one of the things I'll also emphasize at the end, is sometimes for those of us who are in this business, we cringe when you give someone crisp, clean notes. The first thing they do is just crumple it and put it wherever they want to put. That reduces the lifespan of the currency. So we looked at this hard, whether we should just have a polymer, which is the way many others have gone, or we should combine this with the paper, which is the more common substrate that is used. And we came up with the idea of that we should combine the two, that is the polymer and the paper. So you feel, you see and feel when you handle the 20 Kwacha and the 10 Kwacha, they feel different from the rest of the notes. And also it's because these are the most used in notes in circulation. Now, turning to the design and security features of the new currency, first and foremost, which was well articulated by the Honorable Minister of Tourism, we felt that we needed to feature our unique flora and fauna in the country. And this family of currency is deliberately, the theme is Heritage Series. Yes, we may not have captured some of the things others may have liked us to capture, but we thought that what is contained now is representative enough of what is happening in our country. The front side of each banknote depicts the flying fish eagle, which the Honorable Minister again really went to town to explain what that represents. Then we have on the notes as well some depiction of some of the key economic sectors in the economy, mining, agriculture, and so on. We do have also endemic flowers. These are not just flowers picked from somewhere. We had to look at what flowers are endemic in many parts of our country, and we picked some which are contained on each of the banknote. The reverse side of each banknote features one of Zambia's waterfalls at the center with Zambia's endemic animals and the trees. Trees is something which we don't often pay much attention to, but there are some trees which are actually endemic to Zambia. For example, I don't know how many of you, it's not very far from here, have been to see the Ingombeilede, for example. It's trees, the tamarind and the baobab tree, which are combined and show a picture of a cow lying down. So as the Honorable Minister of Tourism mentioned, this is an opportunity for you to see where is this in our country. Then each banknote, the 500, 200, 100 kwacha, 50 kwacha, and the 20 kwacha, in the side, we do have the big five. What it shows is that there is the father there, and then there are the mother and the young ones. So from 20 kwacha, 50 kwacha, and so on, you find these being featured, which is also calling attention to the big five tourism attraction that it has. Then the security features, which I already alluded to, are really aimed at countering counterfeiting. What you see on the notes, there are watermarks, security threads, and the color shifting elements. I think when you hold these notes, you see that if you hold it in a particular way, you see one color, and you tilt it, you see something else. And on each one of them, the value of that note is also shown. And when you turn it in a certain way, you see the words BOZ. All these are meant to give some security to the notes so that it becomes not easy for counterfeiters to do.